we're not going to play small. We're going to put ourselves out there, and we're going to do the things that light us up, no matter our age. Age should never be a deciding factor when it comes to designing the life that you want. You think I'm too old? Watch me. You think my time has passed? Watch me. You're never too busy, too tired, too old, or too anything to pursue your dreams. Welcome to the Distracted Dreamer podcast, where you'll learn how to move all those never-ending distractions aside and chase your dreams with confidence. Hello, dreamers. I am so grateful you chose to tune in today because I know that you have so many choices out there when it comes to podcasts. It means a lot to me that you are here today. I'm your host, Carlene, and today we're going to talk about aging as it pertains to pursuing your dreams, no matter what they are. So your dream could be to go on a safari, or to be in great shape to play with your grandkids, or to write your memoir, or to start that business and be your own boss. Maybe to go skydiving or learn how to become a race car driver. Doesn't matter the dream. You are never too old. Here's the thing. You may have been in a career for 25 years that you liked, but you didn't love, and you started to crave to do something more, something that matters to you. Maybe it's the desire to be your own boss, or maybe you've recently retired, but you found that you want something else to work on. Or maybe you've been a stay-at-home mom or dad, and now you're an empty nester, and you're ready to finally do something for yourself. Or maybe you were laid off or fired from your job, and you thought, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore, but I know I'd be really good at this other thing that I've put on a shelf for years. So if you can relate, this is the episode for you. Just because you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, or 70s or beyond, it doesn't mean that it's too late. So today we're going to talk about age and get real honest about if it's your age holding you back or your thoughts about your age. So stay with me for a moment, because I see a lot of my clients show up to coaching, and without fail, they share some concern that they are too old to do something new and different. They tell me they're too old and too late to the game. They feel as though they missed the boat. But that, my sweet friend, is just in your mind. And if we've learned anything, it's that our mindset can always be rerouted and reframed. And amen, because I know I've needed that. In fact, I gotta just prove my point that age is just a number. And if you're having an issue with it, it's really just all in your head. Let me prove that to you right now. So let's talk about renowned authors like Laura Ingalls Wilder, who didn't publish her first book until she was 65. That's when her Little House series debuted. She was 65 years old. You read those books and you swear she's writing them in the moment. I never knew that. I read all her books growing up, and so did my girls. And I've got them on my bookshelf, ready to hand down to my grandkids someday. What about Ray Kroc? He bought McDonald's at the age of 52, and he turned it into a global franchise. So those are both great examples of how your dreams, even the ones that you start pursuing later in life, can literally impact and change other people's lives. So do you need more proof? Okay, let's stay in the fast food area here. We all know Colonel Sanders. He founded Kentucky Fried Chicken at 62. He had decades of cooking experience and a relentless drive to refine his fried chicken recipe. And he turned that into a global franchise, even though he had multiple business failures earlier in life. What about Vera Wang? Have you heard of her? She's a fashion icon. She shifted to fashion design at 40 years old, after years as a figure skater and a journalist. Her ability to combine her artistic sensibility with all the industry knowledge, it revolutionized bridal fashion. This is proof that skills and creativity developed over time can lead to innovative ventures. What about Samuel L. Jackson? You know what? He didn't land his first blockbuster movie role until he was 46 years old. He wasn't like 20, he was 46. Oh, and I love this one because who doesn't love Julia Child? She didn't write her first cookbook until the age of 49. So it's perfectly normal to change directions a second, a third, or even a fourth time throughout your life if that's what you're feeling called to do. And I want to point out that age should never be a deciding factor when it comes to designing the life that you want. I was really moved to do this episode because I've been watching many of my friends and clients changing directions and pivoting, whether it was their choice or life happened and forced the change. And you know what? I've watched so many of them do the uncomfortable, scary thing. And one of my clients retired, and he and his wife, they sold their house and they're living in their Airstream and they're traveling across the country in their 60s. My bestie, she went back to school to get her master's in psychology, and she has started her own private practice. Yes, in her 50s going back to school. Holy cow. My husband, he retired from McDonald's and decided he wanted to help others in some way. And you know what? He now leverages all his skills and experience from working at McDonald's and is a VP of supply chain for a food bank here in Tennessee. A mentor of mine, she started her own book editing business in her 70s. Her 70s. Another one of my clients, she's a retired teacher. She started her own tutoring practice in her 60s. My point is, I want you to look around you. Who's shaking up that age mindset of I'm too old? Those are the people you want to pay attention to. The common thread here between all these people is that you can tell their mindset is one of optimism, of abundance, and of excitement. They're ready to see what the future holds because, yes, you still do have a future when you're in your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, and beyond. And to be honest, sometimes starting our dreams a little later in life is a good thing because you bring all your life experience. And there are some clear advantages of pursuing your dreams when you're older. You literally have so much more to bring to the pursuit. Now, this isn't to say that all of these are true for you, but I bet at least one of them is true for you. And that is something you can leverage. It is the reason you absolutely must pursue your dreams later in life if that is where you are at. So here are 5 things that actually give you a leg up on pursuing your dreams later in life. First, you have a much different perspective and more clarity later in life. As a mature adult, you have a better sense of what truly matters to you because you've lived a lot of life. Even if, or especially if, you face some big obstacles in your life, and who hasn't, it's these moments and challenges that show you what you're capable of. And they open your mind up to possibilities and dreams you may have never seen otherwise. And second, believe it or not, you have much better decision-making skills when you're older. Studies have shown that older adults are more resilient and better at emotional regulation, which helps them more easily navigate challenges and problems that come up when they're chipping away at their dreams. So when you're older, you're more intentional and strategic when you're planning for your dreams. You're less likely to make impulsive decisions because cognitive research suggests that with age comes a better ability to evaluate the long-term outcomes. Third, think about your network and resources you had in your 20s. It probably isn't anything near what you have today. By midlife, you have a much stronger network and more resources than you did earlier. And you can leverage these networks to support your pursuits. Isn't that great? And next, financial stability is often more attainable later in life. And that makes it easier to invest in your dreams. And finally, number 5, you are actually more creative later in life. It's true. According to studies, creativity does not peak in your youth. It evolves. As an older adult, you actually bring unique, innovative solutions to the pursuit of your dreams, thanks to all of your experiences. And I'm here to tell you and remind you that it's never too late to go after what you want. Never too late. But more importantly, if you're feeling a little caught up on age, ask yourself, what's the alternative? Would you stay in a job that you hate? You continue to do something just because you're good at it? You stop learning anything new? You continue to be afraid of what other people might think of you. If anybody said to me, oh my gosh, you're 56 years old and starting a podcast, who do you think you are? You know what? I'd consider the source. Because anybody who is doing anything big and courageous and exciting is not going to make that comment about you. So always consider the source. And let me ask you, what are you going to do? Are you just going to appease them and play small and remain unhappy? And I got to be honest with you. People don't care that much about you. They don't. And I'm not trying to be harsh here, but their comments, their judgment about you is really a reflection of how they feel about themselves. I'm telling you, I've learned this the hard way because I've cared deeply about what people think about me, and it has never served me. And now that I'm in my, dare I say, late 50s, I can't even be in my mid 50s. I'm 57 now. I've finally gotten to a place where I care a whole lot less. I've had people comment that this past year, it seems like I'm a whole lot more confident. And that may be partially true, but it really is that I don't care to let what others think of me hold me back from pursuing my dreams anymore. So when I got sick in 2023, if you haven't heard the story yet, I had breast cancer and I am fine now. But it gave me great clarity on what really matters. And honestly, what others think of me, it just doesn't matter to me anymore. I'm just living my life. I'm enjoying our new home, our friends and family, and I'm helping as many people as I can with my small but mighty business. So don't worry about what other people are thinking. Your life and your dreams are waiting. You're not too old. You have to get on the other side of your fear or your judgment of yourself that you are too old. What if you told yourself, I will never say that or think that again? Yeah, maybe there are people younger than you living your dreams, and maybe they are or will be amazing at it, but they don't know all that you know, and they sure as heck don't have the experience and experiences you have. All you need to say is, I got what I need. I'm good. I'm here. How fortunate you are to be here. I know how lucky I am. Another trip around the sun, I'll take it. I'll embrace that because it means I'm still here. It means I get to choose my dreams. I get to design my life for whatever I want it to be. And friend, you can too. So I put off creating this podcast for years. I thought, I'm too old. Who would want to listen to me? I've played small in my business because I see people younger than me dominating the online and coaching space. So I just wanted to share that with you because if you are struggling with anything around your age, I want you to know that I get it. And I've been there. And I know the insecurities around maturing. If you feel like you're stuck and your age is preventing you from going after what you want, think about what motto can you adopt to get you out of bed every morning, to work hard, to put yourself out there, not caring what people are thinking, and to keep all those limiting beliefs about your age at bay. Maybe it's this one. This is the one I want to share with you. When you have that thought like, I'm too old, I missed the boat, it's too late, what are they going to think? I want you to say 2 words. I want you to say, watch me. You think I'm too old? Watch me. You think my time has passed? Watch me. I use the watch me a lot when I think someone is doubting me or someone's closed the door on me. I have this little voice in my head and it says, watch me. It's fierce. It's a little sassy. And I kind of like that because I need that. So start using your fears as motivation to prove yourself and everyone else wrong. Did you hear that? Prove to yourself if you're having these thoughts and to everyone else that you're worried about. Prove them wrong that this societal stigma of starting something big and learning something new at an older age is pointless. We're going to trash that right now. And who makes the rule on this sort of thing anyway? Because let me tell you, going after your dreams later in life, It's good for you. Yes, good for you. Studies have found that pursuing your dreams at any age improves your mental health, reduces stress, increases your overall life satisfaction. And research by Dr. Patricia Boyle has shown that having a purpose in life is associated with a lower risk of mortality and chronic illness in older adults. And what else? When you are taking on new challenges and learning, it keeps the brain active, reducing the risks of cognitive decline. And that is a big problem for us as we age, is that cognitive decline. So I don't know about you, but sign me up for all of that. Better mental health, lower risk of cognitive decline, lower risk of chronic illness, leading to a longer life of doing something I love. Heck yes. If you stop being afraid of being the oldest in the room, you just might discover you're the coolest in the room. So be that person. Dream your dreams and start taking action on them. Bring them to life, because that's the only way they become your life. Now, if you know someone that's holding back because they think they're too old, get them this episode. Let's remind them that it's never too late, that the world needs their magic, that they deserve to experience the magic of traveling to new lands, of learning new fun skills, of creating and building things that they love. Let them know that we're not going to let fear or what other people think ever hold us back. Now, if you're feeling inspired and ready to chase those dreams after this conversation, and you don't care what your age is and you're ready to tackle your dreams in 2025, I've got a great resource for you. I'm going to be opening up registration to the Goals That Actually Stick workshop, From Dreaming to Doing, very, very soon. You will actually workshop your goals using the simple system I use to turn your big dreams into bite-sized goals. You will also fail-proof your goals with the science-backed framework that makes your goals stick. And finally, you'll learn the key strategies to get back on track when life throws you off track. Okay, I have put a link for you below in the show notes to hop on the VIP waitlist now. And when you do, you are going to get some bonuses that are only for the VIP waitlist members. So the first bonus is instant access to my brand new Your Make It Happen guide, 5 mindset shifts plus 6 habits for turning dreams into reality. You can actually start making progress on your goals right now with this guide. And this guide, it's only for those on the wait list. And as a VIP member, you'll also get other bonuses like early bird workshop pricing and priority registration before I open up registration to the public. So grab your free guide by clicking on the link to the waitlist in the show notes below. It costs you nothing to put your name on the waitlist. So go click that link now. Okay, let's do this together. We're not going to play small. We're going to put ourselves out there. And we're going to do the things that light us up, no matter our age. All right, my friend, I love you to the moon and back. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you next time. And your dreams are waiting for you. Your time is now. And I can't wait to see you in the next episode. Oh, and one more thing. This is the legal language. You know, the stuff that the lawyers put together, and they say that I need to read this to you. So here we go. This podcast is presented solely for educational and entertainment purposes. I'm just your friend. I'm not a licensed therapist. This podcast is not intended as a substitute for the advice of a physician, professional coach, psychotherapist, or other qualified professionals. Got it? Good. I will see you in the next episode.